Have you ever had a coach, a boss, a mentor, someone you just did not want to let down? And not because you were afraid of them, not because they were watching you every second of the day, but because they believed in you before you even believed in yourself. That's the kind of leader I've always aspired to be, and that's exactly what this episode is about. How to become the kind of leader your team respects too much to disappoint. Welcome to the Learnit podcast, the show for today's leaders who want to get ahead and stay ahead because we believe great leaders aren't born or made, we're always in the making. I'm your host, Damon Lembi, two-time best-selling author and CEO of Learnit, a live learning platform that has helped upskill over 2 million people. I first experienced this type of leadership at Arizona State. I was a junior transfer on the baseball team, and my hitting coach was John Pearson. We called him JP, and JP showed up for me in a way I'll never forget. We were heading into the playoffs in Knoxville, Tennessee, and I was in a big slump. I was really struggling, and it was the night before our first game with Western Carolina, and JP took me out to dinner, not to give me a big speech, but to connect, to tell me he believed in me and that he was proud of me for what a great year I had. And JP said, "Hey kid, just go out tomorrow and do the best you can." The next morning, bright and early at about 8 a.m., JP met me out in the batting cages and threw me batting practice for like 2 hours. And our game wasn't even until 2 p.m., but he made time for me. I had a great game that day against Western Carolina, and I went on to having a great series, one of the best of my life. And it wasn't because I felt the pressure to perform. It was because I didn't want to let JP down, and I didn't want to let our team down. That, my friends, is what great leaders do. They don't lead through fear, they lead through belief. Here's the thing. A lot of leaders think that pressure drives performance, but actually, pressure makes people play it safe. According to research by Harvard professor Amy Edmondson, when people don't feel psychologically safe, they are 67% more likely to stay in their comfort zone. They're going to dodge risk and they're going to hold back. So if you want your team to show up with everything they got, the fuel has to be purpose, connection, and trust. Respect is the key ingredient, but it's not the kind you demand, it's the kind you earn. And it starts with this question. Do your people know that you have their back, even if they fail? If the answer is yes, that's where real accountability begins. Over the years at Learnit, I've been super fortunate to see this show up again and again. We just celebrated our 30th anniversary over a 3-day event, and I had maybe a dozen employees, past and present, come up to me and say, "Hey, thanks, Damon. Learnit gave me my first shot." And here's the thing. We didn't just give them jobs, we gave them belief. In some cases, we saw greatness in them that they didn't even know that they had. And when they succeeded, I made sure they were the ones who got the credit. That's what leadership's all about. It's not about you being in the spotlight. It's about giving your people a platform to shine. So as an emerging leader, here are 2 simple things that you can start doing this week to earn that kind of respect. Number 1, connect with them beyond just work. Have a conversation with them, not about just deadlines. Ask them what drives them. Ask them what lights them up. Ask them about their family, about their hobbies, about their kids. Learn what they care about outside of work, because here's the thing. When people feel heard and seen, they start showing up differently. Number 2, stretch them outside their comfort zone through belief. Give someone a project that's a little bit bigger than they think they're ready for. Then tell them clearly, "I gave this project to you because I believe you can do it. I believe you can handle it." Give them the project, back them, support them, get out of their way, let them figure it out, let them lead. That combination, belief, autonomy, and support, is a game changer. All right, so far I shared with you 2 simple things that you could start doing. Here's the real test. If you stepped away from your team for, let's say, 6 months, would they still care just as much? Would they still bring their best? Or would that energy fade away without you? If the answer is yes, then you've built a culture of belief, a place where people show up, not just for the paycheck, but because they feel like they're part of something, because they feel like they matter, because you as their leader sees them as a person first and the greatness that they have inside them. That is the kind of respect that drives everything else. So if you want to be that kind of leader, the kind of leader your team doesn't want to let down, start by seeing them, believing them, and giving them a shot. And remember, when they succeed, don't take the credit yourself, deflect it and give it back to them. All right, as we begin to wrap up here, I need you to do me a favor. This week, I want you to pick one person and I want you to tell them what you see in them. If you found value in this episode, please do me a favor and share it with somebody you know who's a leader who's looking to grow. And I got one more request. If you have 30 seconds, do me a huge favor. Please give us a rating and a review on your favorite platform. It really helps us get our message out there. And until next time, everybody, stay curious, Keep learning. Have a great day.